The Mendelssohn Octet is like a classic amongst classics. It's a piece that's as beloved today as it was 200 years ago when it was first performed. People are always astonished to find out Mendelssohn was only 16 years old when he composed the octet. He was more proud of the innovation in the piece. He was out to create a revolution. He wanted to write music that was never written before, inspired by a poem by Goethe from Faust, having to do with clouds and mist and being lit from above and rustling of leaves. And suddenly, all has vanished.
It's more or less a equal partnership piece. So 8 people, they all have everybody has a very completely different voice.
You hardly ever hear 8 independent voices going at the same time. Very complicated stuff. Maybe what interested us more than the perfection of the music was the spirit behind it, the inspiration, the genesis of the piece, which is why it was fascinating to look at that first manuscript. We're lucky with the octet to have the final published version, which came many years after this original score in his own handwriting. You know, when you open the first page, it's written out in 8th notes, whereas later that whole thing was rewritten into 16th notes.
Obviously, the whole conception is different. I mean, even the time signature is different. You know, it's a cut half. He essentially completely wrote the piece.
One of the clearest differences is in the tempo markings.
It was definitely faster than what I used to play, but whenever we want to take time or take a section a little held back, there was much more room.
First, it was so fast, but then also so refreshing and so exciting as well. And why? Yeah, he was 16.
And you listen to this particular recording and you will hear something very different because it is different from the score.
Everybody knows how it goes, and all of a sudden there's something that's very, very striking and fresh, and you know, it still comes from Mendelssohn.
If you want to get 8 people to smile for a camera at the same time, you know, to play an octet is sort of like getting 8 people to smile for a camera for 30 minutes.
We start collaborating as a group and then with Gil, and then also later once we get in the studio with Dahang, and it's always great to have such an excellent set of ears on the outside.
I have a very big advantage to be a recording producer and recording engineer in a sense because I am trained as a violinist.
But whenever I play in recordings for Dahang, I feel like ready to be picked on, you know?
Some stuff sounded fantastic and the way exactly should be, and sometimes didn't sound quite right. And then I try to figure out what didn't sound right.
He doesn't hold back. He's very upfront about everything.
And you know, he knows recording because recording is so different from concerts.
Yeah.
He'll be like, Gil, that fingering, I don't know. Do you want to try the other fingering? And it's, you know, most of the time it's like, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Musically, all the lines are very clean. And then technically, you know, this spouse.
It's just not yet another usual suspects Mendelssohn Octet recording.
This recording is a Grammy caliber. Because I sincerely believe it. You know, I don't say that very often.
It's an incredible journey, you know, it's what great music is. After you hear it, you feel like you've experienced a great novel. It's a great, great work of art.
In a sense, you have to sort of dig it out, what's good about it yourself. I mean, otherwise, it wouldn't mean much.